Hello everyone, this is the first group and we'll make a presentation of water sports exhibition. Because we have chosen water sport topic for the exhibition content, so we plan to take the elements of water sports as our starting point. Considering the characteristics and advantages of water sports in Malaysia, and we will present the content and analysis process of the water sport exhibition. And now I will make a brief introduction about our presentation process. The presentation includes the introduction and analysis of water sports exhibition, and the overall sensory feedback, which in turn elaborates on the characteristic of the water-related sport and justifies the visual experience of the exhibition. So the first part is overall introduction. And in this part, it is a macro-level introduction to the development and types of water projects, providing theoretical support for the subsequent discussion. And it would also the development and overview of water sports programs. And following with the second part, it is the observation process. And in this part, it was focused on the classifying the research elements and elaborates on 6 aspects as a starting point for the observation. And this part also focuses on our research process, and it's a reflection of our research thinking, which includes setting objectives, identifying problems, and developing solutions. And it also consistent with content of our group report. And the third part is introduction and analysis of exhibition. In this part, we mainly focus on analysis of water sport exhibition, include visual effects, content, and experience of the exhibition. This part is also devoted to feedback on the exhibition layout, which includes an explanation and composition and the layout of water sport exhibition. The information covered and other elements, as well as feedback on the perceptions of the water sport exhibition. And the first part is explanation and the target objectives and analysis process. And this part focuses on the questions we have set in the part 1. And through a series of data and information integration, the corresponding conclusions would be shown in this part. So this part is mainly focused on the explanation and validation of the proposed objectives and ideas. And the last part is conclusion and discussion. And in this part, it is summary of our entire research process and related discussion, which include not only a summary of the exhibition content, but also further discussion on the development and planning of water sports in Malaysia and ideas such as combining water sport with regional culture and to better promote regional development. So in this part, it could be concluded as a summarize and exhibition browsing process and discussion optimization options. So let's begin with the first part.
First of all, let me give a brief introduction to the overall information of the water sports exhibition. Water sports are generally carried out in a superior natural environment, which allows people to fully experience the rhythm of sunlight, air, and water. The 3 elements of fitness and become the new fashion of fitness sports. Water recreation is different from professional competition level water sports. It is a kind of leisure for the purpose of tourism and leisure occasion. And water sports, enthusiasts and tourism, and the main group of a leisure mode. For example, surfing and the sport of wading on waves, while standing on a narrow boat, called a surfboard. The sport lets people forget their troubles and experience the pleasure of fighting and riding the waves. Malaysia, and the maritime country, is one of best choices. Another popular water sport must be mentioned here as another example. Diving. It is an activity of swimming underwater using special breathing equipment. The benefits of diving not only lie in the great enjoyment of the spirit brought by the strange world in the water, but more importantly, it can improve the heart and the lung function of the human body. If you want to go to a good natural sea, Malaysia remains the overwhelming choice. In the preliminary preparation stage of the exhibition, the team members first identified the observation target, confirmed the classification of water sports. It could be divided into competitive and recreational categories. So, by browsing through the exhibition, it could be found the growth and popularity of different water sports with different nature. Secondly, the main research question is proposed for the target object, that is, what are the most popular water sports in Malaysia? What is the current status and the future development of these water sports? And what factors lead to the popularity of water sports in Malaysia? Next up is the display part. Here we have selected some of the most common water sports in Malaysia: sailing and surfing, motorboat and duck hunting for design and display. Through the display and the explanation of the water project, the exhibition itself is vividly and specifically described and to be attractive. The last two parts are the findings and the conclusion of the exhibition. That's all about the overall introduction and the observation process of this exhibition.
The introduction and analysis of exhibition will look at four aspects, starting with the introduction of the National Water Festival. Malaysia started the National Water Festival celebrations in 2000. The Water Sports Organization was established as the United Nations in 1997. The National Water Games offers a variety of international water sports activities. It is also an annual event that is attended by visitors from abroad and overseas. The National Water Festival can promote national and international development. This event is one of the tourism products for local and foreign visitors and attracts a large number of visitors to multi-ethnic activities among Malaysian community. And then the introduction to the water projects. Let's go straight to the visual exhibition. The exhibition includes sailing projects, canoe projects, surfing projects, and motorboats, traditional water sports. Among them, the panels mainly focus on sailing projects with special descriptions, including their project characteristics and the main components of sailing. For example, the trimmer, the steering pendant arm, and the center controller are the core devices for the control of the sailboat. At the same time, the boat also introduces the skills of surfing. In addition, Malaysian traditional water sports including catching ducks, pukul bento, slide bar ladder, and fishing. Next is an exhibition layout analysis. The exhibition is full of content including background, program overview, program experience, and other elements, integrated types of water sports and culture together, providing a good logical framework for the reader. At the same time, the display exhibition also plays a good role in promoting the Malaysian Water Festival. It is very creative to present the model for the popularization and education of water sports by means of exhibition boards. The model merely focuses on stimulating the interest of learners, driving the subjective initiative and other ways, which is important for science education and safety education.
Explain the target objectives and analysis process. In terms of the development of water sports in Malaysia, the following points have been made through the review and analysis of relevant literature and materials. Why is water sports popular in Malaysia? Malaysia is located at the center of the coast where two continents and two oceans intersect. Most of the time, it's calm here, as it's located near the equator. It has a tropical rainforest climate and a tropical monsoon climate. The temperature difference changes very little in a year, and the average temperature is between 26 and 30. Which water sports are most popular? Study found different regions have different styles and characteristics. Combined with the characteristics of different kinds of water sports, groups are different. So in different regions, there are many popular water sports reserved. If the land crowd, the bottom of the sea is the most popular. If you like island projects, dragging umbrellas is popular. If you want to snorkel, Mamdi Island is the most suitable. If the whole family is out, banana boats are the most suitable.
Okay, in this part, I will, on behalf of my group, to do a conclusion about water sport in Malaysia, which our group did a great job to learn from virtual exhibition in Malaysia National Library. In order to finish our class activity and learn well of the course UHM Z6023, which taught by Dr. Razana, my partner really did a lot of work on this topic of water sports. So first, we learn a lot of knowledge from the virtual exhibition of Malaysia National Library. It's pronounced in Malay, Pemputaka Nagara Malaysia. So the abbreviation of it is PNM. It is a library established under the National Library Act in 1972, and the National Library is responsible for providing a collection of knowledge at national level for present and future generations. So the main function of the National Library of Malaysia is divided into three activities. The first is manager activities, and it manages human resource and planning and corporate communications. The second function is management activities, including information knowledge network, national collection, development, and document. And the third function is library service activities. So that's why we learn, we watch the virtual exhibitions from the library. And the second the job we do is to learn a lot of knowledge of water sports, just as when you showed in the previous parts. There's so many kinds of water sport in Malaysia. So we know that every water sport, all the water sport was because of the Malaysia Water Festival. In these festivals, all the peoples ride the rivers and play by the beach at Malaysia water festivals. Amongst non-festivals, with a host of activity like kayak and fishing and many more. So this festival will celebrate every year in April. And there are many kinds of activities we can experience in these activities. So there are many kinds of activities. The first one we learned is is scuba diving. I think it's one of the most popular water-based activities in Malaysia. It is the perfect way to cool off and explore below the surface of the water to see amazing marine life. Another activities is surfing. You can catch some waves for the best surfing experience. I think it's very popular for the young people who want to take some adventures. And the third sport water activities is canoe. Yeah, maybe physical canoe, and it's very popular in Malaysia. Another activities is jet skating. Look at these pictures. I think it must very popular by the young peoples. So I think it also the one with the most popular sports in the world. Jet skating is a fun way to spend times in the waters, and you can speeding along the river with the wind in your hair. So another activity is kayaking. Just like the picture show. For those who like something a little more snow-paced water sports, you should go to kayaking on the waters of Malaysia's bench. It is an activity for the people to fit through because kayaking requires you to row and pad. This is a funny activity that is a change from the higher speed sports that everyone engaged in Malaysia. So in summary, I think Malaysia not only has a great diversity in Islamic culture and religions, but also it's really cool in water sports. With a coastline of nearly 4,700 kilometers and a warm tropic climate, Malaysia is an ideal place to those peoples for water sports. I think that's really cool. They all consist of material elements opening up and tolerant cultures. So we really learn a lot of knowledges from this course, from this virtual exhibitions. So that's all. Thank you.